Yo, what's up prospectors, and welcome back to yet another guide for the Cycle Frontier. And today we'll be talking about how you as a solo can farm Jeff aka Marauders in this game. Now, while I am talking about doing it solo, all of the information in this guide is also going to be useful whether you're playing in squads or trios. Doesn't matter, it's all going to be good info anyway. So let's dive right in. When you start progressing through the game, there are going to be several points where you will be needing some loot that only drops from Jeff. You could, for example, have a quarters upgrade that requires marauder flesh or bone plates, or you could simply have missions or jobs asking for them, or asking you to kill X amount of Jeffs. As a solo player, at first this task can seem quite daunting as Jeff does pack quite a punch. So first off, let's look at what our opponent has to throw at us, and after that I will explain to you how to easily and efficiently kill Jeff, and then at the end of the video I will also give you a couple of extra tips like which Jeffs are easily soloed and then how to do it as well. Now Jeff has, like most of the AI in the game, a limited set of moves that he can use. He's got two separate ranged attacks that he will use if you're further away from him or if you're in a spot where he can't reach you with a melee attack. The first ranged attack is just a targeted spit bullet that he will fire straight at you. Now, it might just be me, but since the last patch, I feel like Jeff has been hitting way more shots. I feel like before the last patch, it was very easy to sidestep this spit bullet, but he's gotten a lot better in his tracking. I haven't seen anything in the patch notes about this, but I'm still really feeling it. Now let me know in the comments down below whether you are also noticing this or whether I'm just getting old and bad and I'm trying to blame it on the game. The second ranged attack is a blob of Jeff gunk that, after hitting its original target, will splash out and leave a puddle of Jeff juice all over the floor. Standing in this stuff will slow you down and will damage you, so just don't do that. Jeff's third move, and probably his most dangerous one, is his charge into double swipe. You will know when he does this when he will come stomping right up into your face, do a big shout, and then try to do 2 melee swipes. If both of these hit you and you're wearing white armor, this will put you to only a couple of HP left, so make sure that you don't get hit by this. Now, before I explain to you how to actually kill a Jeff, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and help us hit the 1,000 follower mark. We're getting really close to it and I'm really excited about hitting that goal. If this guide is useful to you, please also consider hitting a like on it, and in the comments down below, let me know how amazing my beard looks today. If you want to go that extra mile and give me that juicy algorithm engagement. Alright, now let's talk about how to handle El Jefe. First off, let's tackle which loadout we'll be running. Armor honestly isn't going to matter all too much because we're just going to try to not get hit by anything. We're gonna try to get good. The thing that will matter the most is the gun that you'll be bringing in, and from the early game weapons that we can get, I found that both the PKR Maelstrom and the Manticore from Osiris do a really good job at taking down Jeffs, especially if you have some additional creature damage mods lying around. Just make sure to bring in enough ammo. I hardly ever leave home without 500 to 750 medium rounds or 100 to 150 shotgun shells, depending on how many Jeffs I'm planning on farming. Now let's talk about how to kill a Jeff. Remember when I said he does this big shout right before he does his double swipe attack? That is exactly when Jeff is exposing his weak spot, aka the bright orange mouth area. When he does this, unload your weapon into it and Jeff will stagger backwards, cancelling his 2 melee swipes. He will also be taking increased damage if you hit him in his weak spot. Now be aware of the fact that though it seems like there is a reset timer on the amount of times that you can stagger Jeff, because sometimes when you try to do it twice in a row, the second time it won't work and he'll just spank your booty. Alternatively, if getting close enough to a Jeff to smell his breath is not really your jam, you could also find spots where you can stay out of his melee reach and just keep shooting him, all the while dodging his spit attacks. While doing this, Jeff will still occasionally shout, so make sure to get your shots into his weak spot. Okay, so now that you know how to kill the Jeff, let me show you a couple of spawns that I use as a solo player to make sure that I can pretty safely or reasonably safely kill Jeff, and the bonus to this is that a couple of these spots have a little bit of cheese on them. If you've been watching my videos, this first one will look familiar to you, as I also mentioned it in my guide about farming K-marks. Check out that guide as well, the link is right up here. I am of course talking about the Jeff in the dig site collapsed mine entrance area. This one is very easily cheesable, as you can just use the half open garage door, moving in and out, and Jeff will just get completely confused with his pathing and you can just murk him. Another GIF that can be cheesed just a little bit is the one on the edge of the jungle near the jungle extract. Simply aggro him, and when you're not sure whether you can still stagger him, drag him up the hill to the spot I'm showing you on the B-roll right now, where he'll go sort of into derp mode and he'll just stare at you all silly. If you go close enough to him, you'll still trigger his scream and he will still try to do his melee attacks, but he'll kind of stay stuck on that little ledge there, so you can just hit him for free in his weak spot. Make sure after moving close enough to trigger the shout to move back a little bit, because those melee swipes of course still happen and they still have their reach. I found it to be a great play to call in my evac here, pull this Jeff in real quickly kill it and get some high tier loot before I get out, just, you know, as a bit of a cherry on top. The third Jeff that is reasonably easy to farm is further in the jungle in the pit area with the crashed drop bot and several focus crystal spawns around it. This one usually spawns with some smaller creature backup, so take those out first and then focus on killing Jeff using the big tree log that is in the middle of the area and the tree available to you to duck his ranged attacks or to mess with his pathing. Now, important for you to know is that everything in this guide will also be usable for Savage Marauders. The only thing is Savage Marauders have a bigger health pool and have more armor, so the only thing is you're probably better off bringing some bigger guns to make sure that it doesn't take half an hour to bring that thing down. That being said, I have managed to kill a Savage Marauder with nothing but an AR-55 and a bunch of ammo and one gas grenade that I picked up somewhere. So it is doable, but if you want to make it quicker and more efficient, you know, bring a better gun in and you'll get them down faster. That's all I have for you in this guide, guys. Remember to hit the sub button down below, leave a like on the video, and I'll see you guys in the comments and in the next video. Bye-bye.